Aloha everybody and welcome back to part 6 of Sonic Forces. We just took a little bit of the world back. How'd we do that? Well, the last stage we played was Mystic Jungle with the Avatar, the rookie, and we previously beat this area with Classic Sonic as well as Modern Sonic, and every time you finish a particular section of the world with all three characters, you will reclaim that territory and take it back from Dr. Eggman's clutches. So we're gaining a little bit of the world back slowly but surely. And every time you reclaim a piece of territory, you get yourself a secret stage. I don't know why they're called secret stages. They should really be called extra stages. Because wouldn't you think that getting all the red rings would unlock secret stages? Because not everyone's going to encounter those. Anyone who beats Sonic Forces is going to encounter this. It's not a secret, but whatever. Whatever. So, yeah, stage is over. They're very, very short is the thing. They're very, very short. But again, they unlock, like, Wispins and stuff for you, so that's why I want to do them. I want to make this playthrough a little longer than usual, so I'm going to be tackling all the stages as we get to them. And, yeah, got myself a new Burst Wispin. And a Sonic Blaster achievement. Hell yeah. That's going to be the next game title, isn't it? Coming soon, Sonic Blaster.
Eggman said when the plan is completed, we'll all be wiped out!
I don't like the sound of that. Normally I just laugh at an Eggman plan, but he's already conquered most of the world, so... What's this plan of his?
Hey, I hate to butt in on your important meeting, but we're under attack! Shadow is tearing through our troops! We need reinforcements!
Shadow? The last time I saw him, he was fighting for Eggman.
It doesn't make sense. Why would Shadow help the enemy?
Perhaps he's being controlled by that strange power.
Whatever it is, I'll figure it out.
Oh, I wish, Silver. I wish that was the case. But either way, folks, we're back at City. And this time we're going through Sunset Heights as Sonic. Now, when you look at this level, you must think like, okay, this is going to be the poster level of Sonic Forces. Because, like, the cover of the game is the Destroyed City. Infinite defeats Sonic in the Destroyed City. All the promotional teasers and trailers took place in the Destroyed City. Even when Sonic music was brought over to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate after this game's release, they used Sunset Heights music. So this must be like the rooftop run of Sonic Forces. This must be the standout level, the best stage in the whole entire game. And, nah, it's okay. It's better than Green Hill Zone, that's for sure, but it must look awfully familiar if you've been paying attention to this playthrough, because this loop-to-loop, this 2D section, I feel like we just did this. And we did just do this with the rookie in Park Avenue. Yeah, there's no wisps here. I'm not like going along a trail of rings with a lightning wispin, but it's basically the same location. They barely made an entirely new stage. They just kind of retrofitted the Park Avenue stage for Sonic, or maybe it was vice versa, and we just played the other stage first. Whatever. These two stages are awfully similar, and when you're playing a game like Sonic Generations, where Classic Sonic and Modern Sonic have drastically different stages, you kind of expect that with a sort of pseudo-sequel to that game, because this is Generations 2.0, let's be honest. Let's be honest. This is Generations 2.0, and Ghost Town, you know, Classic Sonic stage is certainly different from this, but, just kind of wish it was a little more different from the rookies. A little more different from the rookies. Also, if I'm going to be honest, I don't really like Sunset Heights music. I don't like the weird, screechy, synthesized music that goes on in this game. It's just a little too high-pitched for my tastes, and it's hard for me to get into a lot of modern Sonic's music. But, hey, that's just me. That's just me. Ah, sweet. Blue overalls. Now I can dress up as Mario the Hedgehog. We caught up with Shadow the Hedgehog. We gotta find out what his deal is. Why did he join the enemy?
All right, Shadow, what's the deal?
Chaos Control!
Another Shadow? He just disappeared.
That was a fake.
A fake? How?
Infinite can create virtual reality projections. They have mass and form, but no heart and soul.
virtual reality? So all those familiar faces that were part of Eggman's army...
Replicas. The problem is, they may not be real, but their powers are as formidable as the originals. According to Rouge, Infinite can create unlimited numbers of them.
So fight after fight, he can just keep cranking out counterfeits?
Exactly. As it stands, there's no way we can win this.
Of course we can win this! We always do! We just haven't figured that part out yet.
So yeah, Chaos, Zavok, Shadow, as well as Metal Sonic, who is already a weird duplicate of Sonic, are all cheap imitations. They're all copies. They're not actually the genuine article. So that's why Zavok is teaming up with Eggman. The real Zavok hates him. But he still had all of his thoughts and memories, so that was kind of weird. And he certainly talked like he was real. But either way, folks, I've gone back to the main menu. I am now going to be playing a DLC campaign in the middle of this story. Episode Shadow is a prequel tale focusing on Shadow the Hedgehog, but I feel it's really relevant now that he's joined back up with Sonic. So we're going to play through this campaign. Why not? We got to find out where he's been.
Shadow, we've got a report from the Intelligence Division. They've located an unknown base of operations that seems to be totally outside the chain of command for Eggman's army. There's a large-scale troop presence, suspiciously large for a place with no strategic value.
I can't imagine the Doctor would do something like that without reason.
No kidding. And there's a rumor going around that old rotten Eggman has been developing some kind of new weapon. So...
Yeah. Looks like this won't be your garden variety recon mission.
do it to it, Shadow. Omega went on ahead of you, so you can link up with him on site.
I'm more than enough on my own. I'll handle things my way.
Omega said the same thing. You two go together like chili and hot dogs.
Cut the chatter. I'm on my way.
Your ears are not deceiving you. That is a remix of the main menu theme from 2005's Shadow the Hedgehog. I never thought I would see Shadow the Hedgehog music get remixes, but with this particular campaign, we don't just have the main menu theme, we also have Westopolis for our first stage, so we're going to be listening to a remix of that. And, yeah.
That area is enemy territory. Keep going, Shadow.
Got it. E123 Omega here. Extermination proceeding without incident. No problem to report.
Extermination? This is supposed to be a recon mission. You can't go making a big scene.
You should have known better to send Omega on and off like this.
Not gonna lie, it's been so long, I really miss Team Dark. I really want a game focusing on Shadow, Rouge, and Omega as they go on infiltration missions and stuff. I know it's never gonna happen, but I almost kind of want a Shadow the Hedgehog 2 if it were good. If it were good. I don't like the original Shadow, but okay, loop-to-loop, 2D section. We've been here before, too. Yeah, sorry to play these stages back-to-back, but I just felt it was appropriate to do this DLC right now. At least they have these cool boxed-in crate locations with lots of platforming. And the one thing I'll say about Episode Shadow, these are the most challenging stages in the whole entire game, and that's the way I like them. It makes the platforming feel a lot better. It makes it feel a lot more focused and well thought out. Because with modern Sonic, it feels like a lot of the level design going on there is just like, boost into a whole bunch of robots and just jump every now and then you're fine. But here we have actual, like, timing. We have to make sure we don't run into the ball spikes, and we gotta, like, know when to homing attack and when not to homing attack, and it just feels a little more thought out. Like, okay, we're designing harder stages. We don't want to make it too hard. We don't want to make it too easy. So it's almost like they're putting thought into the level design, and that's the kind of stuff I really like. These Shadow stages are pretty fun. Well, 2 of them are, anyway.
The world's most powerful robot is no more a challenge than crab meat. As I suspected, this power is without peer. It is the ultimate strength. And still more wonderful, a not-so-tall, dark, and brooding guest has arrived. I've been waiting for you,
Tell me what you did to Omega.
Weaklings like him are of no consequence. Come now, Shadow. A long-awaited reunion, and still you spout such nonsense.
I don't know you. And the only thing of no consequence around here is that big mouth of yours.
Oh, I suppose you would think so. Oh, yes. I am infinite. You say you do not know me, and yet I remember you so very well. To you, it was simply another in a long list of Eggman bases you tore down without a second thought.
A couple of months ago. Yes, we're going even further back in this prequel. A double recollection. But our next stage is Eggman's Facility. The theme song that plays here you might recognize.
We've got an intruder. Shadow has entered the facility. Defense Squad Jackal has already been completely annihilated. All available troops, intercept that blasted Hedgehog by any means necessary.
That's right, this is a remix of a Sonic Adventure 2 Shadow stage, specifically White Jungle, and I love this remix oh so much, it's amazing. But yeah, this level's basically a recreation of Aqua Road, a rookie stage that we played in the last part, and every time Shadow drops in this river stream, every time he like falls down to a lower stream, or like he hops or anything, pay attention to Shadow's pose, because it's very reminiscent of a piece of art that came with Sonic Adventure 2. There was this piece of art for Shadow where he did this one pose, and he is absolutely recreating that pose every time he takes a jump in the streams, and it's one of those attention to details that I really, really like about Sonic Forces. It's really, really good, and yeah, otherwise, this stage is so similar to the rookie stage, it's kind of whatever. The one thing is, it's a lot harder to get an S rank in Shadow stages, and if you want to get an S rank here, you definitely need to go after the gold Motobugs, because they give you like 50,000 points every time you destroy one of them, and those add up. Oh boy, those add up. Because I must have killed like 6 or 7 in this stage, and considering I have like 800,000 points at the very end of it, oh, believe me, it all adds up. It all adds up. But yeah, that was Eggman's Facility.
Hey, you! You know you can hear me. You're captain of Squad Jackal, aren't you? Your squad was useless. Go clean up their mess already!
Yeah, I got it. You destroyed my squad. I'll show you why they call me the ultimate mercenary. Take this! What?
Worthless. Don't show your pathetic face around me ever again.
I'm shaking. Me? Afraid? Pathetic? Me? He's calling me weak? No, I am not weak. I'm not weak. I am not weak. That day, I gave up my own unsightly face. I let go of the old me, the one that was so weak, so that I could become stronger. And then, at last, I obtained the power to make all yield to my will. I was reborn!
So yeah, folks, that's a little bit of Infinite's backstory, and we can only see it in episode Shadow, this DLC campaign, and not the main campaign itself. Very odd, I know, but that's only part of it. It's only part of it. One thing I wanted to bring up is that before the game came out, the official Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter and Tumblr actually released a whole bunch of prequel comics showing off certain stories about Sonic Force's buildup, you know? Stories like Silver the Hedgehog coming back from the future because in the future, Eggman has conquered everything and destroyed everything, so he actually has to go to Knuckles to tell him to join the fight because he's on Angel Island for the majority of Sonic Force's plotline, and it's only through Silver that he becomes the leader of the Resistance. He actually goes down off of Floating Island to find out what's going on down below, because he doesn't have a radio or anything, I guess. And there's a story about the Rookie where they actually show off like an official, I guess, sort of official Rookie appearance, which can be duplicated in the game itself, by the way, so I really like that. Where he's building up courage. One time he's being like a guard, and then Eggman attacks, and then he has to step up and help out the Chaotix, and it's all hunky-dory. They have one that details how Omega got defeated by Infinite, a conversation that I was talking over during the first Shadow stage, so that's a thing. But the most prominent one would be how Eggman gets the Phantom Ruby in the first place. Because one day Eggman is working on his base, he's working on his projects, and then the Phantom Ruby just sort of shows up outside of his base, and when he touches it, he gets like a vision of Eggman Land. He gets a vision of everything he wants. You know, and by the way, why wasn't Eggman Land in this game? He conquered 99% of the world! But he finds the Phantom Ruby, and then he gets attacked by a whole bunch of mercenaries known as the Jackal Squad, because they're looking to loot Dr. Eggman and take his stuff. But Eggman defeats them handedly with the Phantom Ruby. He creates a whole bunch of duplicate robots, which take out Infinite no problem. And then Eggman's like, I'm very impressed by you. I'm so impressed by your power. Why don't you just join me? Join forces so that we can conquer the world together. He takes the offer. Infinite decides to be Eggman's second-hand mercenary guy. And throughout that comic, we see Infinite's face, by the way. It is prominent throughout the comic. We get to see Infinite the Jackal full on. And for some reason, the cutscene with Shadow kept hiding his face. What's there to hide? Is it because he has a scar on his eye? We don't want the kids to see scars or something? I don't know. That's very odd why they kept hiding his face. Like it was some crazy reveal. Yeah, again, those prequel comics are free on Twitter and Tumblr. You can read them to your heart's content right now as we speak, in case you're curious. And it's just something I thought was worth mentioning, because, you know, none of that stuff's in the game. Why is Silver here when he's supposed to live in the future? Oh, well, because, you know, the future's screwed up and Silver needs to come back to the past in order to fix it. Just a lot of these little details that aren't part of the story that they felt the need to make prequel comics about. Where did Eggman get the Phantom Ruby? Oh, it just appeared in front of his base one day. It's very strange, because like the way this game makes it sound, it almost sounds like Eggman invented the Phantom Ruby and he built it himself, and that's not the case. It appeared in front of his base. He did not create it. But the game makes it sound like Eggman did create it. It's very odd. It's very, very odd. But, anyway, folks, I'm done. We'll see the rest of Episode Shadow later. And till then, have that White Jungle remix, because I love this White Jungle remix.